I want to speak on your experience with Joshua. First off, I guess with what happened, just your thoughts now that we're a few weeks removed from that performance that he had against Usyk. By the way, he fought a hell of a lot better fight this time with you compared to the first one.
Correct. That's what everybody's been telling me, and I feel very happy with that. Even though we didn't win the fight, it hurt because man, I wanted to win that fight definitely. But I've heard nothing but good things from everybody. The whole boxing world's telling me that he looked much better. That he showed a lot of different things that he they hadn't seen in him. But you know what? When I was up there, I didn't even know. I learned that he started boxing at 18. I think only 3 years into his amateur career, with only like 60 or 70 amateur fights, to become a gold medalist and already a two-time heavyweight champion. I think he's a natural, talented fighter to be able to accomplish so much, starting so late in boxing. That made me happy for him, proud of what he's accomplished for starting so late with when I didn't even know that, and being our first fight together. For me to just show a little bit of a difference from what I've heard from everybody, that makes me feel proud of my work too, because our first fight together, rematch against Usyk, who is probably the most talented, most difficult fighter in the heavyweight division, and going in there against somebody that difficult and almost pulling it off. It says that we all did a great job, not just myself, but Angel Fernandez, the rest of the team, and Anthony himself. It's one of those fights where I hate to lose, but it also leaves me proud that Anthony did what he did, and that the team, myself, Angel Fernandez, did our work, and it showed a little bit of improvements.
Have you had a chance to speak to him?
I haven't spoken to Anthony Joshua, but I've spoken to the team, the management team, at least twice a week. They've been they've been communicating with me about everything going on with Fury's offer and the response. Yes, we take it, all that. So they are communicating with me. We've talked about camp, possibly if I'm able to travel again. Possibly maybe even doing it here in California, which I would love that to happen. But, we haven't really decided. They haven't made up their mind what they want to do. Hopefully they use me again, because I know after the first training camp, second one will be even better. Third one, fourth one. That's why I would prefer 2 or 3 fights before anything big. That way we could get used to each other, learn more from each other. He improves a lot more, and then go after the big one. But they also have a great management team. Freddie and the rest of the team, they're very smart, so they'll make the right decision.
Yeah, it's a tough one because the fight was supposed to happen before, and then it fell through because of the arbitration with Wilder. So on one sense, he's probably thinking like, I don't know when I'm going to get this again. Like we just got to get it done. But I know it's not ideal. Like obviously, like Eddie's even said, like, hey, you'd rather, like you said, him have 2, 3 fights and then go into the Fury fight. I guess you as his trainer, it does put a lot of pressure, right, to go back in there against a Fury.
Even when I was called to work with them. Even the Usyk fight, I even told him, why go straight into the Usyk rematch when you could easily do 1, 2, maybe even 3 fights before that, and nobody's gonna say anything because you have the right to do it. But Anthony wants those challenges too, so he said I won that fight, so so they made it happen, and I was there. This time around he might be the one saying no, I want to fight Fury. So if he does that, then we got to support him and we got to train him and work our ass off to go out and try to pull it off too. It's not easy, but we got to do whatever it takes to try to pull it off.
How do you guys pull that off? Like Fury's a guy that is abnormally large and he moves like a freaking light heavyweight in there.
You know what? Yes, but I also think that Anthony, I learned so much from him. His power is insane. He's got great power, so he's got great speed too. So I think his speed, his power, the skills that he's got, man, he could also land solid jabs and hurt that right hand that he throws. It's got so much power in it that he could also hurt Fury. Fury's been dropped. He's been hurt. So why can't Anthony hurt him? Is it a hard fight? Of course it's a hard fight, but it's also a fight that Anthony could win. So it's going to be up to Anthony. Anthony loves those challenges. Him taking the rematch against Usyk right away, it tells you that he loves those challenges. He could have. I would have said do 2 or 3 before that, but he went straight into the rematch. Now, I would prefer 2 or 3 before Fury, but if he decides he wants to go straight into that fight, then we got to support it and we got to train hard to try to win.
You now already having a fight with Joshua, but also facing Usyk and game planning for Usyk. Do you see any other heavyweight in the heavyweight division that could be able to beat Usyk in your opinion?
Man, Usyk is very difficult. But I think I don't even know if there's any heavyweight that fights like that. But if we have a fighter like the old Mike Tyson was, I think that style is the one that would probably beat Usyk. But we don't have anybody like that right now in the heavyweight division. I think there's some young ones that are very good and looking very like with a bright future, but it might be too soon for them. But as of right now, the top ones, I don't think anybody fights like something like a Mike Tyson did. So maybe it's gonna be hard to find somebody that could beat him. But I think those styles is the style that could hurt Usyk.
You think Fury would be able to beat Usyk?
Well, Fury's too big, and he would use his body against him. So yes, but won't be easy for Fury either. I think it's a very, very good fight. I think Usyk could pull it off actually. But Fury's size and strength and just weight might take a lot out of Usyk and give Fury the win. But Usyk is smart. He's technical. He's tricky also, man. So it's hard for both ways. I think it's a tough fight.
All right. Hey, Robert, good catching up with you, man. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Here with Robert Garcia, Marcos Viegas here in Las Vegas.
All right.